Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to Grand Central Terminal. We're standing on the corner of Vanderbilt Avenue and 42nd Street, and we're going to be doing a complete walking tour inside Grand Central Terminal, and then going all the way down to Penn Station. Now, many of you might not know this, but Penn Station as it is, Grand Central Station as it is today, only really stands here because of Jackie Kennedy. She really stuck her neck out in 1975 and advocated to preserve what is still the beauty of Grand Central Terminal. And if you want to find out a little bit more about it, if you come here and visit yourself, I would suggest walking directly under Pershing Square, or Pershing Square Plaza, and you could read a little bit of a plaque that'll go in detail explaining exactly what Jackie Kennedy did in order to preserve the beautiful Grand Central Terminal. If you guys are familiar with the obviously new Penn Station, but even the old Penn Station from the 70s and onward, it's kind of horrible, right? McKim, Mead, and White are the original architects on the original Penn Station that was unfortunately torn down, which made way for a more modern Penn Station with very, very low ceiling heights. Just didn't look good at all. Now, obviously, with the Penn 2 project, that's been rectified at least a little bit. But if you go back and look at the original Penn Station from McKim, Mead, and White, you kind of have a little bit of regret. Like, why did we ever take that down? So at least we were able to preserve one magnificent train hall. So if you see here, right under Pershing Square, you'll see a little bit of a tribute to Jackie Kennedy. You can see in 1975 she worked tirelessly as an advocate for historic preservation with the Municipal Art Society of New York to draw public and political attention to the safeguarding of the terminal. Now go ahead and check out the main concourse here. Now this big hall used to be a waiting room, but now they use it for multiple different events. Oftentimes there's pop-up shops during the holidays. There's an entire holiday market here. And on the other side, they have this magnificent restaurant. The ambiance is really beautiful. They also recently just opened up a steakhouse right here inside Grand Central Terminal on the upper level, which will sort of wrap around to the Apple Store. But now we'll go check out the main concourse. There's also been some major renovations in and around Grand Central Terminal, specifically the Grand Central Madison project, which is the East Side Access project for all of those Long Islanders who are watching us. You're now able to take the Long Island Railroad directly into Grand Central, which is very convenient, particularly if you work on Park Avenue or on the east side of Manhattan. You no longer have to take the train all the way to Penn Station, in which case you'd probably be taking the subway up to Times Square and then the shuttle over to Grand Central. Another one of my favorite things about the terminal here are these beautiful chandeliers. It's really quite impressive and striking as you're looking up. Under us is what they call the whisper wall. So if you've ever, seen that on the internet or social media or have heard legends about it. Directly under us, this kind of overpass here, is where that is located. So if you stand on one side and kind of talk into the wall, and you have somebody else standing on the other side, your voice will actually travel through the wall and to the other side. It's quite unique. Now, if we quickly veer off to the right, this is the Apple store right here at Grand Central Terminal, which is a pretty cool experience, even just going up there and walking around. If you go through the corridor, it'll wrap around all the way over to the upper deck, which will be right next to the dining room of that new steakhouse. But I'll show you a quick fun fact here. If we look eastbound here, and I zoom all the way up on this little teeny corner, you might notice this little tiny black spot. And that's the only spot on Grand Central Terminal that they did not clean, because back in the day, obviously you were able to, smoke inside, lots of cigarette smoke, lots of cigar smoke, and all of the tar collectively built up on the ceiling. So that's kind of a way of remembering what the ceiling used to look like before they cleaned it. Here you have all of the tracks for the Metro North. The Metro North will take you further upstate New York and into Connecticut, so mostly Westchester County, New York. So you can go to New Rochelle, Larchmont, things of that nature. It's also a very fast and efficient way to get to Greenwich, Connecticut. For those of you unfamiliar with Greenwich, it is a massive hub for the finance and hedge fund business specifically, which really complements Manhattan quite well. So if you have a nice estate up in Greenwich or Stamford, Connecticut, it's only about an hour train ride to get back into Manhattan, assuming you have a client dinner or something like that, or you're staying at a pied-à-terre or one of your homes in Manhattan. Very easy to access and easy to get to. In addition to that, you also have great subway service here, the 4, 5, 6, 7, which will now go to the Hudson Yards. But the shuttle will take you from Grand Central Terminal to 42nd Street, Times Square. Make one more pass through the main train hall and then we'll head out. But there's always people busking, playing music. It's beautiful in here. Since it is a Friday afternoon, it should be quite busy earlier in the day. Oftentimes you'll see a lot of the Metro North conductors hanging out and kind of just people watching as they wait for their train. These escalators here will take you directly to the MetLife building. So if you're lucky enough to work in the MetLife building, you don't have to leave the building in order to get to your respective office, which is really nice, particularly during a winter of such we've had. Now, if you'd like to get to Grand Central Madison, you would just go directly down these stairs here to the main food court and then take another set of escalators down another floor, which will take you to the Long Island Railroad. Since we're in here, we'll walk up the stairs. This is now the west balcony.
Attention customers, for your safety and the safety of others, please do not sit on the floor or stairs.
It's a really nice view from up here.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I have to come back here one day and do a time lapse during rush hour. And now we'll exit. You'll also have access to the Campbell Bar or the Campbell Apartment, which used to be an office. And then this is the brand new steakhouse that just recently opened. It's an unbelievable dining room. Palladino's. But I mean, just look at the ambiance here. Have a nice steak dinner. This is like an old telephone booth where they have a table set up. It's really, really nice in here. I would highly recommend coming. And now we'll head out. So we're now going to navigate all the way back to Penn Station. There's no vehicles allowed here anymore, but this used to be kind of like the valet. So if you took a cab to Grand Central Terminal, the cabs would pull up right here and drop you off. Very easy for you to access your trains. However, I want to walk over here and show you 15 Vanderbilt Avenue. And this is because this is the Campbell Apartment. This is an unbelievable bar. Even if you're not a drinker, you don't have to come here and drink alcohol. You can just, get a virgin drink or something like that. But you have got to check out the inside of the Campbell Bar or the Campbell Apartment. It's unbelievable in there. So the next time you're coming to New York City, remember to do that. And now we're standing right outside of One Vanderbilt. This is a new Class A office tower. But if we look to the north, you'll see Jamie Dimon's brand new 270 Park. So tons of major Wall Street mega banks and firms up and down Park Avenue, which is very conveniently located next to Grand Central Terminal. We'll now make a left on East 43rd Street. And as I've said, we'll navigate to Penn Station. It's a little bit windy today, but at least the temperature is supposed to get up above freezing, so no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. And we're now headed towards Madison Avenue. The building that you're looking at right here, this is 520 Fifth Avenue. This is one of the newest luxury condo developments on 5th. And it's very reminiscent of 130 William, which was one of the best-selling condo buildings in Lower Manhattan of 2022, I believe. We've now just made a left on Madison Avenue. This is going to be one of the main entrances to 1 Vanderbilt. This is where you would enter if you're going to go up into the Centurion Lounge by American Express. And here comes the M3 bus. We're now on the corner of 42nd Street and Madison, where once we have the light, we'll go ahead and cross and continue to head further west. Most likely we'll go down 5th Avenue today. And this is the M2 bus. This will be headed towards Bryant Park, as well as Salesforce Tower and Bank of America Tower. In between 5th and Madison Avenue is that old Nat Sherman, which unfortunately closed down during the pandemic. And now I believe it's just a cannabis dispensary. You can see it across the street right next to Jollibee. Now, the building that you see in the distance here is the Stephen Schwarzman building. That is the New York Public Library. And I really like this view from here, because right above the rooftop of the Stephen Schwarzman building, you can see the spire of the Radiator building. As we get a little bit closer to Bryant Park, you'll be able to see it in a more clear view. But that's one of my favorite Art Deco buildings in the city. And it's finally finished the renovation. There was scaffolding covering the spire with the main gold trim. And we're now officially crossing 5th Avenue. And since we have the light, we will cross again. And of course, you have those two famous lions there, Patience and Fortitude. now at the 5th Avenue Bryant Park Station, where you'll be able to get the 7 train. Just look at how beautiful the facade is of the building. We're now headed towards Bank of America Tower and Salesforce Tower. And I believe until March 1st, they'll have up the Winter Village. Where you could ice skate. Let's see, to double check. Yes, so from October 24th to March 1st, they'll have all the ice skating intact. This right here is the infamous Bryant Park bathroom that they spent $1.25 million renovating.
It's just the fact that you always have to do things.
You can see the B, D, F, M, and 7 trains. It's finally a nice day. Things are beginning to thaw out, finally. And now we're looking up at Bank of America Tower here, as we come right to the intersection of 42nd and 6th. Take a quick detour into Bryant Park for all of you, just so we could have a look-see at the Empire State Building and the Radiator Building. You can kind of see the silhouette of the Empire here. Ooh, it looks like the fountain is thawing out a little bit. This is the famous Bryant Park fountain that's covered in ice now. But here you have really nice kind of cafes.
Camera is that?
It's a DJI Osmo 3.
You might have to take a picture of
Yeah, go ahead, sure. You can get it at B&H.
it? Which is it?
I think it's like $700, but it's good. It's
You
good.
love
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, nice meeting you. Take care. Have a good one. All right, we'll go ahead and exit. Now, I will say, even though it's not that warm out today, I mean, my God, does it make a difference with the sun out? We'll go ahead and make a left. And this will take us to 40th Street. And this will essentially take us all the way down into Herald Square. We're now about to cross right in front of the Bank of China. There's always really a good view on the corner here. You can see that skyline looking towards the east side. One Vanderbilt, the MetLife building, and 525th. All right, everyone, this is now the corner of 39th Street. We're about to pass the Residence Inn, which is the Marriott. It's so clear out today. You can see all the way downtown to the spire of the World Trade Center. I'll try to adjust the brightness so you can see. This is now the corner of West 38th Street and 6th. I like how you still have a lot of the pre-war buildings here. Okay, we're now on 37. We'll go ahead and make a right to avoid the construction site. These are going to be new condos. Now going to merge on Broadway here. From this side of Broadway, we're going to have really good views of the Empire State Building as we head south. And again, this is 37th Street and Broadway. The Harrier building is also quite nice. I like this shot in the distance with the Empire State Building and the Harrier building in the same one. And we're now mere steps away from Herald Square. The city decided to close this down from 36th Street south. I wonder what they're going to do with it during the summer. Now, during the winter, the holiday season, They had yet another Christmas market out there. This is now right outside of 1333. This is always a great place to get a look at the Empire State Building. It's an incredible shot. I was standing here one year on New Year's Eve and witnessed 2 individual lightning strikes hit the spire of the Empire State Building, which was remarkable to catch on camera. Now we're officially right outside of Macy's.
This is our dream to become destiny. This is where legends rise. Polo Ralph Lauren, official outfitter of Team USA. Polo Ralph Lauren, official outfitter of Team USA. This is where dreams become destiny. This is where legends rise. Polo Ralph Lauren, official outfitter of Team USA.
And we're now in that final stretch towards Penn Station. You can see one Penn Plaza in the distance, as well as one Manhattan West and two Manhattan West as you would head towards the Hudson Yards. You can see them there in the distance. This big one right here is one Penn Plaza. Now going to be on the corner of 7th Avenue, where we will make a left and we'll head down the brand new entrance of Penn Station. You'll also be able to see a little bit of the Penn 2 project, what it looks like during the day. Many of the videos as of late have been at night, so you can get a little bit of a glimpse of what it looks like during the daytime. Additionally, if I zoom in up here, you'll be able to see the edge That is the tallest outdoor observation deck in the Western Hemisphere. And this is the entrance to the 1, 2, and 3 trains. Just remember the red line, 1, 2, and 3 is on 7th Avenue. The blue, the A, C, and E will be on 8th. This is the old entrance to the LIRR. But right here is that iconic view of the Empire State Building as you get off the train. Looks like you have some state police here as well. This is one shot looking back at the facade of Macy's. And now you can see that big canopy overlooking Penn 2. This is Plaza 33. Which would have been 33rd Street, but they've paved over it. Now it's a full pedestrian plaza, which in my opinion looks a lot better. It's more modern, more inviting, you could say. Alright, we have made it. This is now Penn Station. You can see Madison Square Garden in the background, as well as 1 Manhattan West and 2 Manhattan West. Now head down. Check out the brand new terminal. So they had to blow a hole in the ceiling here. We never take the stairs, might as well. Here you can now see the new modern Penn Station. And you have a really nice view looking up because you're looking right at the Empire as you exit. If you were to make a left, you'd hit right into New Jersey Transit. These are all relatively brand new. These retail storefronts opened up. I wish I was able to take a video of the old Penn Station. You know, there used to be this bagel place in there called Hot and Crusty. I used to go to all the time. But what a difference, right? Where you see this Dunkin' Donuts right now, Does anybody remember what this used to be right here? You could pause the video before I give the answer. But this used to be a McDonald's right here. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that. This used to be a little kind of rundown McDonald's. I used to go there after school sometimes. It's really remarkable what they've done with the place. Now, if we head all the way down this corridor, it'll take us all the way to the underpass, in which case we can connect to the Moynihan train hall. Tons of new shops, restaurants. They still have a Long Island Railroad ticketing area, but the vast majority of tickets now are purchased on your mobile device. And then on every single column, it'll show you the different tracks. So you can see here the Babylon line, Huntington, Ronkonkoma, Long Beach line. The line that I would use to most frequent was the Babylon line, which comes right out of Penn Station and then will bring you to Jamaica, Queens, New York. And then Rockville Center, Baldwin, Freeport, Belmore, Wantagh, Seaford, Massapequa, and Massapequa Park. Then Amityville, Copeg, Lindenhurst, and then finally Babylon. Now, once you get past Babylon, further into Suffolk County, right? Because obviously Massapequa Park is Nassau County, and then as you go further into Suffolk, the trains are diesel. So I believe the vast majority of the trains that run in Nassau County are electric. And then the further you go out are the diesel trains. We're now entering the subway, AC&E.
Working in this place, I want you, we make me all like
Alright, we'll be able to come up to the brand new Moynihan in a minute here. I was just recently down in Lower Manhattan where I filmed a tour of the Fulton Street station and then the Oculus, walking underground on the other side of West Street. Seems to be a little crowded on the escalator today, so we'll take the stairs. Get some extra cardio in, might as well. Although we do average anywhere in the winter between 25,000 and 35,000 steps a day. In the summer, we can easily approach 40 to 45,000 steps a day in the summer because obviously it's a lot warmer out and I'm able to branch out to different boroughs. But yeah, it's very easy to do about a half marathon a day in the city, easy, on like a light day. Okay, and we've now made it into the Moynihan train hall. So if you enjoyed that walk from Grand Central Terminal to Moynihan, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as always, we will see you in the next one. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.